Even though a lot of fragrance people enjoy building collections, I think there's something powerful about having a signature scent. A signature scent is one that represents you, like people recognize you as soon as you walk in a room. I wanted to talk about this for people who are just getting into scent or feeling a bit lost. I feel like so many hobbies just become about filling gaps, like watches or fragrance or fashion. Like, how can I curate my life perfectly? How can I be the best collector of objects? Or show that I know ball when I'm on the MTA. I think that our essence as humans and part of fulfillment is to create along with consuming. So I'm trying to stay away from becoming overwhelmed with chasing things. Part of my motivation for a fragrance collection is novelty, the idea that a scent can invoke the vividness of a lost memory. But what happens is you start to accrue an unreasonable number of scents and it becomes nasal clutter. The bottles just collect dust. I was inspired to make this video by a girl who makes clothes in LA. She bought just 3 pieces of clothing last year and made a video about it. The message was that an increased specificity in what we decide to spend money on makes our choices more significant. I really respect people who have a capsule wardrobe, so I've started this kind of cycle where I bring fragrance and clothes back home after every season, rotating them in and out. Maybe I'll make a video about this. But where I would start is figuring out your motivation for scent. My first experience with fragrance started in high school. I was at my best friend's place in LA when he lit a candle that his mom bought, and we were just sitting and talking next to the fireplace. I didn't know this was a special limited edition candle, and I didn't know what diptyque was, but the smell reminded me of opening the door at my grandparents' house. It was a faintly Japanese wood smell. The ginger and hinoki really enchanted me, and I just remember staring into that flickering flame. So I dove in afterwards, did some research on the candle, ordered samples with notes of hinoki and cedar on Lucky Scent. They came in these tiny little dabber vials without sprayers, so I spilled them all over myself trying to apply them on my wrists. The point is, the best way to start when new to fragrance is by picking a note or memory that matters to you and exploring it. I wouldn't listen to influencers telling you what stuff will drop pants if you don't even know what notes you like, not to mention that this is a bad motivation for wearing fragrance. A good example of a note I was surprised to dislike was amber. It's a bit of a divisive note. I don't like amber-focused fragrances at all, but to many, Grand Soir from MFK is one of the best fragrances of all time, and I hear it frequently recommended. This is not to say reviews aren't worth watching or reading, or this is not to call them unreliable. Sometimes creators will highlight houses I never would have considered sampling, like Regime de Fleur. But returning to the method of discovery, I would reflect. Maybe it's the smell of berries in your childhood Smurf shampoo, or the smell of a pine tree you crashed into on a sled as a kid, or something like an orange tree in your backyard. Once you have this anchor, search the notes on either Fragrantica or Perfumo. These sites are pretty accurate, though it's easy to confuse some notes like Orange Blossom and Neroli. For reference, from the list of the first samples I got, my first bottle I decided on was Comme des Garçons Wonderwood. It didn't smell like the diptyque candle at all, but it created new memories for me. It took what I liked about the candle, the cedar, and amplified it. So, buy decants or go to a physical store like Scent Bar in Los Angeles where you can sample everything in person. If you don't know what you like, it's not the best idea to start with full bottles. I would also not start with cheapies, because even if they are cheap and accessible, you'll get stuck with 100 milliliters of a fragrance you don't like and they don't hold resale value well. Get sample sets to explore a variety of scents if you like the vibe a house gives off, like Celine or D'Orsay, who I've made videos on. Buy secondhand from trusted sellers like on Reddit. Just make sure what you're buying isn't fake. You're not trying to impress anyone with packaging or a brand, just trying to amplify yourself. You want to find a scent that will drop your own pants, not other people's pants, basically. A trap I fell into recently is pursuing a note without knowing what exactly I liked about it, which for me was Orange Blossom and Neroli. I ended up blind buying Floris' Neroli Voyage, which I don't really enjoy because it's a bit too green. But I'm decanting it to sell in order to recoup money and maybe help others not fall into the same trap. Anyway, I wanted to address this topic because it's easy to get caught up in the aesthetics or packaging of bottles. or see mood boards and forget what drew us into scent in the first place. With these reviews, I'm not trying to encourage you to blind buy anything, but provide insight in case you want to sample the same stuff. In the end, you're trying to find something that feels like coming home from a long trip, unlocking the door, and having the scent of home hit your face. It's like embracing your lover at the airport. It's not novel, but familiar to you. Also, shout out to my friends and family who have awesome signature scents, like my mom and Elizabeth Arden Green Tea, my friend Noah, and DS and Durga's Debaser, and Elizabeth and Byrado's Mojave Ghost. If you have a signature scent, drop it in the comments and let me know why you chose it. Thank you for watching.